G'day, Nigel from Sax School. Today we're going to learn how to play the middle solo from the Sade tune Your Love Is King. Now this is a classic bit of 80s pop sax, so it's really cool to check out. And it's quite a challenging little solo, although it only uses a few notes. So in this lesson I'm going to do something that's pretty cool. I'm going to show you how to play it, and sort of an easy version of how to play it first, where we're going to take it down the octave, and then I'm going to show you how to play it up the octave. Because some of the notes are in the altissimo range, but don't panic. Because even if you haven't mastered the altissimo yet, you can play the whole solo down the octave, and that's not only going to make it fun and easy to play, but it's also going to mean that you know all the notes, so that when you do transition to the altissimo, it's going to be a piece of cake for you. So let's crack on. I'll play it through with the backing track first, just down the octave, and then I'll show you how to play it really quick, and then we'll move on and talk about the altissimo in a second. Okay, here we go. Rightio, so it's a pretty cool little solo. It's only like 8 bars long, I think. So it's a nice, easy, compact one to learn, but it really is in that 80s style. So that's cool. It's a good extra new sound for us to have into our vocabulary as a saxophone player. So if we look at it down the octave first, so you know, this is great even if you're relatively new to learning saxophone, you'll be able to get your fingers around this. First thing I want to tell you is it's in the key of B major. So that means there's 5 sharps in the key signature. We're going to see some F sharps, we're going to see some C sharps, we're going to see some G sharps, we're going to see some D sharps, so that's all 6 fingers and our little finger there. We're also going to see some A sharps. Okay, we've got our B finger on our B key and our B flat key. I'm going to do them like that. You could do them like this, 2 fingers in the side key, the same as B flat, but I like to do it like this, particularly in this tune, because we've got A sharps all the way through. So every A you see is going to be an A sharp. Keep my finger over there. So we're going to start off, the first note's a G sharp. I have my octave key on, and I'm playing with my little finger here. So the notes are high G sharp, and then we do a scoop in the middle, and then another G sharp, and then we go F sharp, E, D sharp, down to B with my octave key off now, down to G sharp, up to B again, up to C sharp. Then really quickly we go B, G sharp, F sharp, down to low D sharp, and up to F sharp. So let's run through all those again. High G sharp, with a scoop in the middle to another G sharp, F sharp, E, D sharp, B, octave keys off now, down to G sharp, D sharp, B, G sharp, B, C sharp. Then really quickly, we go B, G sharp, F sharp, down to low D sharp, up to F sharp. Okay? Sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Should we try one more time? 1, 2, 3, here we go. Okay, and then we go. Now these notes are quite quick. Low D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, and then we go up to a B, C sharp. So. Now rhythmically speaking, that B is the most important one because it's right on the beat. So it falls like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. So feel like I'm giving that B a lot more emphasis because it's right on beat 1. Doodaloo-da-bum. Okay, after that we go another long run F sharp, G sharp, a bit low for me to sing that, F sharp, G sharp, B, C sharp, D sharp octave key on, then E, then to F sharp. Okay, and again. Okay, and then we finish off by going F sharp, E, D sharp, B, G sharp, B, C sharp, then high B. So one more time. F sharp, E, octave keys on, D sharp down to B, octave keys off there, G sharp, B, C sharp, then high B with my octave key back on. Okay, so that's it. That's the solo. It's pretty easy, right? Let's try joining all those sections together and play it right through from the beginning to the end. Are you ready? Don't forget, keep your fingers close to the keys. Don't forget your D sharps. Don't forget your G sharps. Okay, F sharps. Think about where your octave key's on and where your octave key's off. Very, very important. Think about the sort of flow, you know, like graphically or physically of where you're going from a high note, octave keys on, low notes, octave keys off, right? So think about the shape of the melody, and that'll always help you to remember where your octave key has to be on and off. High notes on, low notes off, yeah? So starting on G sharp, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3, here we go. Okay, cool. So that's the whole solo, and played it down the octave. But you know what? Actually, it sounds really cool down the octave. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. So if you're not comfortable yet with the altissimo notes, stick with it down there. And I'll spend some time playing along with that backing track so that you can get it to flow. And also listening to the original recording to listen to where he scoops, because he does, you know, the Stuart Matthewman who recorded this, he's got a very specific style. So he does lots of big scoops and lots of fast vibrato, stuff that I wouldn't normally do, but it makes that sound right. So see if you can incorporate that into your playing. Listen to the original, try and copy it. Okay, let's look at the altissimo, or the high version of this. Now, pretty much all the notes are the same. There's like 3 or 4 notes which are altissimo notes that we need to learn the fingerings for. So let's have a quick look at that. First of all, we're going to start with the G sharp, but up the octave, right? High G sharp fingering looks like this. So we've got first finger on our left hand, third finger, octave key, right? First, third octave key. Then we've got first finger, third finger, and we've got the middle key here. So if your right index finger, you've got 3 side keys, you're going to use the middle one. So I'm pressing my first key, my third key, and that index finger side middle key. So high G sounds like this. Altissimo G sharp, sorry, high G sharp, altissimo G sharp sounds like this. Now if you're struggling to get that out, if it's sounding like that, then try arching the back of your tongue a little bit, keeping lots of air going through the instrument. So that's the sound you're going for. So we start up there, high G sharp, to another G sharp, and then we go to F sharp. Now F sharp, if you're not sure, it's like this. C finger. Our first finger goes on the F spatula key up there. Octave keys on. Right, so C, F key, octave key. And then you want this F sharp key here. So I'm using my second finger of my right hand, and I'm pressing it in on this F sharp key here. Okay, not that one, this one. You can also, if you're an older sax, you can do it like this. You can use the bottom side key here. But most modern horns have got one of these F sharp keys, and that's how you do it. So we're going, that's a tricky movement. G sharp to F sharp. Okay? G sharp, 1 1 octave key, 1 1, 1 3 octave key, 1 3 middle key, to F sharp, C, F key, octave key, F sharp key. Okay, from there you're away then. Front E, then D sharp, remember that's 2 palm keys here, D sharp, B, G sharp, B, C sharp, and the notes are the same. So, should we try it? 2 and a 3 and a 4. So at that point there, we're going up to from the B, C sharp, D sharp, 2 palm keys with the octave key, front E, which is the same as high G, but my first finger goes up on here, okay? So I've got my G key, my A key, and my index finger is up on the F key, plus the octave key. So that's front E, and then the high F sharp that we already learned. Okay, same notes as before, but with the octave key on. And the last note is the money note, super high B. So we know normal high B sounds like this. Altissimo B is played like this. We've got our octave key on, our G finger on, the D side key with my palm. Okay, so I've got octave key, D key, G key, and then I'll also do my first finger and my second finger with my right hand. That's a tricky note to get out, so I've really got my embouchure tight. I've got my bottom, the back of my tongue arched up a little bit. I'm getting lots of air through the instrument. I'm thinking about where that note's going to sound up there. So, okay, that is a tricky note. If you're feeling, if you're struggling to get that note out, then I'll just spend a bit of time working on your altissimos, getting your G strong, your G sharp, working your way up to A and then up to B, okay? Sometimes, I'll give you one little tip on this, some people find it easier to go from high A to the B. So high A, octave key, 2 and 3, or A key and G key with my left hand. I've got all 3 keys here. That's high A. So it's quite an easy note to get out for altissimo, but going from that to this for high B. So we have to lift off my A key, and I have to lift off my D key down here. So high A to high B. Okay, high A, 2, 3, octave key, 1, 2, 3, to B, which is G key, D key, octave key, 1 and 2. So some of you will find it easier to go to the A quickly and then go to the B. I'll show you what I mean. You hear lots of players do that actually, and it really does make it easier to get it out. Okay, you with me? Awesome. So we've covered quite a lot of stuff there. There's loads and loads of stuff to work on. If you're going to play it down in the octave, there's nothing wrong with that. Make it sound as amazing as you can. So check out that original recording. If you're going to play it up the octave, spend some time with those altissimo notes, getting them nice and clear and in tune. And don't forget you've got that trick of going A to B. And again, listen to that original recording, because actually, Stuart Matthewman on that original recording makes that high B sound brilliant. He does a bit of a scoop to it, and he does a fall off at the end, and he's got a big sort of open sound on it. So that's definitely something to aspire to. Don't forget to check out the rest of the lessons in this series that's coming up in sax school, where we're going to look at the melody all the way through on tenor sax. And also there's going to be a lesson where I'm going to show you some tips on how to improvise over the end of this tune using a single scale. And I'm going to share some techniques you can use to make awesome solos on it. So, well done for making it through this lesson. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think. Let me know how you got on. Do you prefer it down the octave? Do you prefer it up the octave? Do you find the altissimo notes easy to get out? Does that A to B thing in the altissimo help you? Let me know in a comment. It'd be useful for the other sax school members as well. I'll see you next time.